So if your Jeep has leather seats, they're probably ripped up, cracked. So today I'm going to show you guys how to replace it with a whole new cover. Let me go ahead and show you what I mean. Up here we have this new piece of leather. So this is going to replace the whole seat entirely. It's not a seat cover, it's like the whole actual seat. And as you can see, the quality is really good. The stitching is really straight, really good. It matches the stock pattern as well. Here from the bottom is where you can see the quality. It honestly, it looks like a stock seat. And this seat replacement is from usleathercarseats.com. They offer all the colors from the WJs. And if you need both the bottom part and the upper portion as well, they have you covered. This color here, it is synthetic leather, but on the black they do offer genuine leather. They also offer custom colors, so you could get like whatever you want on the seat. For that, you just go to the website, look up their contact information and just message them. And when you place an order, make sure that you do contact them and text them your VIN number and a picture of the seats. That way you get the correct seat for your Jeep. That's what I did. That's how I got the correct color. And honestly, it matches pretty well. So obviously the seat here, it's like weathered in, so it's gonna look a little bit different than this one, but the colors are pretty damn close and it'll look way better than this seat here. And like I said, they do offer this piece as well. So let's go ahead and remove this and get started on the replacement. And you will have 4 bolts, 2 back here and 2 in the front right here. They're all 15 mil. And if you have powered seats, you will obviously have to disconnect the plugs at the bottom before being able to remove it. Also, before we continue, if you guys are interested in these wheels, they are for sale. 2300, 2 with tire, 2 without. They were on my friend's Chaser, but he decided to put some other wheels on it. So if you guys are interested, make sure to DM me. I know some of you are JDM guys, so if you guys are interested, hit me up. So the first thing we're gonna do is remove these bolts here. That way we can take this panel off and get better access to the seat. So there's actually a third one back here, but now it's pretty loose, so we can move it around. Okay, so one thing I noticed is that we actually need to put the seat a different position so that this right here is lined up with the hole, so we can take the bolts out. Okay, so now we have access to the bolts, that one there, and then this one here, along with this third one on the other side. So let's go ahead and remove them. So next step is we're gonna remove the motor. There's 2 plugs on it. The first one has a green piece and an orange piece. That green piece, you pull it back. So take that piece out and then you can press it up here and remove the plug. Bam. Now we got to take this one off. Just pry this a little bit and it should come out. Oh, I broke it. I did not break it. So we got this one out as well. So now we can take these 2 pieces apart. Okay, now we got 2 pieces. And before we continue with the video, I want to let you guys know that the website is stocked up now. So you guys can go pick up some LED bulbs, some third brake lights, aux beam switch panels. And for the month of August, we are doing an awning giveaway. So one of these right here, every dollar spent on the website, it's an entry towards the awning. So make sure to check it out. Now let's continue with the video. Okay, so we had to unplug the seat warmers and then this piece here. I don't know what this is for. Oh, for the lumbar. You just unplug them here and route them out. So next is to remove the leather. There are some clips, the plastic clips that you saw up here. They just clip onto this metal rod, so you just gotta push it forward and like pry it over. And there is 3 of them. I thought that these had hog ties. Like I can see one here that's loose, but I don't really see any. On my other WJ, I definitely had hog ties, which is these right here. But let's go ahead and take everything apart. Now we got that part off. So this is where we have to remove these pieces here. So down in this area is where the hog ties are. So there's like a piece of rod down here, which is where you're gonna tie the hog ties, and that connects onto these metal rods here. So okay, so I got them out without having to remove the hog ties. This one was ripped out, so I'm gonna reinsert that one, but these rods right here go through the hog ties, and this also feeds into the seat itself through these pieces here. So pretty easy to remove, just slide them out and it'll come off. Now if you look at the inside, the quality is pretty much the same. There are some adjustments you need to make. Like on this one, the holes are on the right hand side, so I'm gonna make a hole with a razor blade. This is pretty much for like the switches, so it'll be covered. Doesn't have to be pretty when you cut it. So pretty much the same way we took this one off, we're gonna put this one back on. And another thing I'm gonna do is cut out these circles here for the hot clamps. I'm gonna install this first and then make the holes on it once it's installed. Okay, so I got the first pin. I'm just trying to figure it out myself. So I just cut some slits, and then I cut a slit on the top so that I could fold this over and guide the wire through the hog ties. So you will have to cut these a little bit. I suggest not cutting into the threads up here, just into the material. That way the threads don't undo themselves. Okay, so the easiest way that I found to do these is on the back, cut out like a square. You can kind of see the square here. And on the front, cut a flap so you can pull it back. That way you can guide the pin over the material there and it'll slide through. I'm doing it from the front to the back. I found that to be easier as well. This is kind of a hard process to show because of the area it's in, but push it down, slide this through, and then continue it. It took me 2 of these to figure out how to do this the easiest way. Let's see if I can show you guys. So from the flap you can see it went through and it's on the back side of this material, and this I'm able to hold back so I can make sure that it's in the right place, and then from there I can push it through all the way. And there we go, it's all the way through. Now we can flip this over and then put the rest of the clips on. So we got all the holes cut. I'm gonna run the wires through and then put the cover on and start putting everything back together. 2 things to note: all the plugs, if you have the seat warmers, they only go into one plug. They're not the same plug, so you can't mess up there. On the piece here, on the where the motor is at, on the pole that's closer to the rails, there's actually 2 of them. So it's the higher one, and then on the back it's only 1 bolt, so just be sure you're doing the right one. I will definitely be ordering the other side so I can do this as well. But overall, this was an easy job, was not too hard to do, so I'm very happy with the outcome as well. It looks really good. So here is the finished product. In person, like to my eyes, this color and this color look very identical. Like the only difference I see is that this one's a little bit shiny compared to that one, but overall this looks like OEM. The quality is good. Right here you can see these creases. It's because I didn't pull it down enough this side, but not a big deal. So it turns out it actually was a big deal. I sent the finished picture to US Leather Car Seats. The owner recommended that I add some foam. So usually on the bolsters, especially when you're getting in and out, it wears down the sponge. So I needed to fix that, and we'll do that now. So I actually messed up on installing the bottom portion of the seat, and we got the top portion in. So let's go ahead and fix that and install the top portion. So the first thing that we are going to do is take it all apart, but I want to show you guys what we got to fix here. So this side is the driver's side. So when you get into the Jeep, you get in through this side, right? If you compare this bolster to this one's pretty low compared to this one's pretty nice and like high. So that's going to cause wrinkles here. So what you actually have to do is add a piece of foam in this area here, and I'll show you guys how to do that. That way you don't get the wrinkles here. That'll cause premature wear on it. So let's go ahead and fix that. All right, so here I peeled back the leather, and as you can see, the foam is worn down in this area, so we're gonna add some on there, and let me show you what we're gonna need. I've had this foam in my closet for a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that. This is 1/2 inch soft and supportive foam. This is like really soft, so I'm probably gonna do 2 layers, glue that together, and then put it on there. And to do that, we're gonna use this adhesive. The best way to use this, from what I've seen with the upholstery, is spray it on the foam, on both pieces of the foam, let it dry for a little bit until it gets tacky, and then put it together. All right, so I haven't glued it down or tied it up, but when you hold it down how it should be, you can see there's no more wrinkles right there. So let's go ahead and glue it down. Right now it kind of pushed a little bit towards me, so like right here I need to push it down and it'll be good. I layered 2 pieces of that, so it's about a 1 inch foam. You could probably get away with the 3/4 inch foam. I am using scissors, so on the edges I try to bevel it. It's kind of hard with scissors. If you have like a bread knife, an electric bread knife, you can easily cut all that. And I'm gonna do that to the inside here as well. And then when I glue it down, I want to make sure the foam actually goes like around this area. So let me go ahead and cut it, and then I'll glue it and show you guys. I ended up trimming a little bit more on the edges just to make it more round. That way when you put the leather on, it'll be more conformed to the natural shape. But anyways, this is all good right here. So we're gonna throw that back on and then start working on that. And as you can see right there, we have a nice bolster, no wrinkles anymore. So let's go. So these right here, they're just clipped on. You just pry them off. They have the little clips on the back. Easy to take off. Next step, on the bottom, we have one of these plastic clips. Just pull them apart and they'll come off. We took the clips off. Now look at these ears type of thing. Remember how they go, because they're gonna have to go in the same way with the new one. They just protect the foam from the metal, I'm guessing. Take that off, that off. On the inside right here, it looks like it's just Velcro, so just peel that off and it should pretty much come off. Peel the leather halfway up, and in here you have one of those pins, so we're gonna pull that out, and then after that we should be able to just remove the whole leather. We got the pin out. Now let's see if I can do this with one hand.
Oh, another Velcro up here. Bam. So now we're left with this. On this one, the foam is actually pretty good, so I don't need to fill anything up on here. I'm probably just gonna glue this together because it's ripped. But other than that, pretty simple. Just put the leather on. So here's a new leather. Obviously it matches with the other piece. If you look on the inside, we actually do have that cloth material where the Velcro hooks up to, and also the piece where the pin goes through. So we'll go ahead and start installing it. And one thing about this, obviously it doesn't have the hole, so I recommend doing that after you install it, because you can feel where the hole is and just make the hole there. The reason you don't make the holes first is because it is a custom piece, so if you put the holes, it might not line up, which is why we do it after. All right, so there we have it. Have a couple low spots here and here, but I'm just gonna send it. I think it looks fine. We're gonna put it back together and then put it in the Jeep. The bottom one is definitely a little bit harder than the top. The top was pretty simple. I did it in like 20 minutes maybe, so not bad. Anyone could do this, even if you don't have any upholstery experience. It's pretty simple to do. It's just taking something apart and then putting it back together, just like everything else on the Jeep. Feel around where the headrest is, and you can feel 2 holes. That's where you're gonna make some cuts, so you can put the headrest on. I'm gonna use a screwdriver to put a hole in it, and then I'll cut around with the scissor. All right, so there is the finished product. Everything fits well. These put those pieces in. It even has the pouch for the rear. Everything went back together easy, so definitely recommend this kit if you guys are looking to upgrade your seats, make them look fresh again. And these, like I said, I got from US Leather Car Seats. You can go on their website and they have a phone number there. On that phone number, you can send them your current seats so they can get the correct pattern, and as well as your VIN number. Take a picture on the side of the door. That way they get the correct color for your Jeep as well. And they do offer the bottom and the top. You just got to message them, let them know what you need, and they will make it for you. And also, if you want custom seats, let's say you want a black and red themed Jeep, they can make black with red stitching, anything you want, real leather, genuine leather. I mean, you guys saw everything on the inside was pretty much like stock. You just have to make the holes, because every seat fits different, so that's why there's no holes cut out. So yeah, let's go ahead and throw this in the Jeep and we will be done. And there it is. We got a fresh, brand new seat. Let's go. And yes, I know that there are some wrinkles. I could have filled in some foam, but honestly, I just didn't really have the time and I just wanted to get it done. So without adding the foam, that's why you can see some wrinkles at the top area. But if you add some foam, it'll fill it in and you won't see the wrinkles. Overall though, I'm happy with it because it looks way better than what it was before. The old leather was like really hard and like dried out, it seemed like. So when I bought the Jeep, it did not have any cracks. Using it for like a couple months, it started developing the cracks. So this is a great option for you to replace your leather. Like I said, everything on the inside looks pretty much like OEM. So that's what I really like about the seats. I would recommend you doing the bottom and the top portion per seat. Like if you need to only do the driver's side, do the bottom and the top. That way it matches, because as you saw in the beginning, when I did the bottom, the top, it looked like dirty, shiny, old leather. I don't know. So that's what I recommend. Replace both at the same time. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you guys liked it, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below. Any questions, you could DM me or DM US Leather Car Seats. The owner replies, so he's very helpful, really nice. So make sure to hit him up. I'll leave the link down below and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.